That is the #1 problem with eBay. Hello everybody, Drew here, tip of the Mitt Flips, where every 100 subscribers, there's a giveaway, so if you're watching, make sure you subscribe so you have a chance to win. I have, I think, 8 orders going out today for about $160, so let's get to pulling those orders, because it is about 1,000% humidity in the garage, and I don't want to be here anymore. First thing going out is actually not going out. I think someone got confused, I don't really know, I can't get a hold of them. But someone purchased a Detroit Lions coffee mug from me. They picked local pickup, and they're based in Michigan, which is where I live, is in Michigan. So I said, okay, maybe. But they haven't had any correspondence back with me. So I don't know if they accidentally picked local pickup or they're actually wanting to. But until they message me back, I'm kind of just stuck. I might have to cancel the order and relist it. And that was $7.99. Of course, local pickup is free, but it should have been plus shipping. That's not counted in the total. Just figured I'd let you know that that is something that can happen. Next up, Siren Song of the Counterculture, which is Rise Against. That's the name of the band right there. And that one is $4.99 free shipping. Next, I bought this, listed it the same day, sold it same day. I liked it when that happened, so I think I took a couple dollars off from an offer. But when that kind of thing happens, if I list it and someone wants it, like, I have bought it, listed it, and making profit within hours of each other, minutes of each other, I'll take a couple less bucks every time. But it is on C3, new in-box, Magnavox, C3 right here. TB110MW9. It's a cable box. Those ones that everybody got for free when everybody had to switch over their old TVs to digital. And I opened it up just to make sure all the contents were in there, which they were, and it's new. So I even disclosed that in the listing. It is new. I opened it to make sure everything was A-okay. $14 plus shipping. I might, probably not, but I might slap a label on that box and send it out. I don't know. I personally, if someone did that to me, I wouldn't like it. But I'm particular. So I think to avoid the risk of that, I will put it in a box because it really doesn't affect me. It'll go in a priority box. Box is free. Why not? Just a little extra effort. But honestly, if I slapped a label on that and sent it to somebody, I don't think I'd ever get a complaint. And then this one, they paid full price, no offers, no nothing. I love it. I'm glad I priced it a little higher than what other people had. And that's something you need to be aware of, that it is a risk reward. But pricing something above another seller does not mean that theirs will sell first. Sometimes yours, if you do promoted, yours is higher up and they don't bother looking further down. Sometimes your pictures are better. So they like the one, they're deciding between two. They go, okay, this one's $10 more, but it looks better because of the pictures. Or they will be deciding between a couple and they're like, oh, this is a lot of money for me. I want a trusted seller. And one seller has 100% feedback, positive feedback, and another one has 98.7 or something, or one bad feedback, but it's really detailed and nasty. You know, those can be the difference. And so, vintage 1984 Hasbro Baby Smurf in box. Glad to see a big thing go, though, because I need a little bit more space in the garage. But that right there, very cool item. Very sweet elderly couple I got that from at a garage sale. It was, I'll actually link that video. It's actually, I think, 3 videos, but I'll link the first one. If you like it and you want to move on to the next ones, go ahead. But it was like a marathon garage sale day. Something crazy, like 37 garage sales in a day. I will never do that again. If it was me and my girlfriend or something like that, or me and a friend, and we made a day of it and got some lunch or something, it would be great. But it was a race. It was a grind. I drank like 30 waters. It was hot. It was all through the backwoods, taking 2 tracks. It was just, by the end of the day, I mean, I got home, ate dinner, and went to bed. It was a lot of work. So not something I would do again, but interesting. I'll link the video. But this I paid $15 for and just sold it for $60 plus shipping, $59.99. After that, NIV something something. It's a Bible. It's a new in package Bible right there. NIV Gift and Award Bible. I don't know what that means, gift and award, but that's what it is. And I got $9.99 free shipping for that. And then after that, weird, I sold this game, which I'd had for well over a year, but I had 2 copies. And then 3 days later, the other one sells. But Prince of Persia, Warrior Within. I said this is basically the game that ruined the Prince of Persia franchise. It was starting off good, but this one was trash. And you'll notice in the picture that it has the red burgundy stripe on the top. Normally, I would have made 2 listings. But the thing is, where I figured it wouldn't be a problem, is that the burgundy top ones are like your second run. It's the reprints. So this is actually technically a more expensive version because it's the classic version, and you'll see that in the listings a lot of times. They'll say black label or black something or other because it has this black spot up here instead of the burgundy. So usually you get more money. So when I added the second one, because I didn't buy them at the same time, I said I'm just going to make that quantity 2. Should be a pleasant surprise for them, and I can't believe if they would complain. If they do, I don't know. I'll make them return it. I'll take the loss, because then that just means they don't know what they're doing. Or they just really wanted the burgundy one. I guess. I don't know. But $6.39 free shipping. Definitely will not pick that game up ever again. After that, I listed a bunch of Wii bits and pieces, remotes and stuff. And this was the first thing that went out on A5. Nyko Wii Battery A5, which is here. That's not it. Did I put it on the wrong shelf? I did, because this is not it. So I probably mixed up 2. Well, this hasn't happened in a while. All right. So maybe I can get just a backup and perspective. All right, here we go. It's exactly where it was. My brain is just fried. It's on A5, and I was looking on C5. But what it is a Wii charging dock, and the charger backs where it has a little space so that the battery, you can't see it from in here, but so that the little charger part can match up onto the part that charges it. But those batteries, out of personal experience, even new, they don't last very long. So I put it as untested. I was not going to charge them and then turn them on and see how long they lasted. I just priced it cheap, and I put untested, and so $14.99 plus shipping. And at $14.99 plus shipping, the charger works. I know that. The dock works. The docks and the backs are worth $14.99. So even if one of those batteries is good, they've made out well. So they will not be disappointed. At the very least, they will not be disappointed. So $14.99 plus shipping. After that, got this last week at a garage sale. Keep an eye out for your manga, which is, if you don't know, it's the books. It's like basically graphic novels, but for anime. There's a large market for it. I don't know if they just don't print a lot of them or whatever, but this is a show I watched, so I knew what this was. But it is My Hero Academia, Volume 3. And I watched this show. I think it's awesome. I was a Dragon Ball Z kid, so this is right in my wheelhouse. But I tried flipping through it and reading this. I hated it. I was like, I don't know how anybody reads these things. First off, because they are not originally in English, you got to read them backwards and upside down, and I don't know. I just don't like this. I don't like the writing style of it. Not my bag, man. But $14 free shipping. That can go media mail because it does not have any advertising in it. Whereas some comic books, you flip into the first couple pages, and if there's an advertisement for bubblegum or whatever, technically that can't go media mail. Most people send them anyways. After that, Silverstein. Silverstein, here we go. When broken is easily fixed. It's a CD DVD combo, and that one went for $8 free shipping. And then this one, finally this item sold. I had listed, well, let me see if it tells me here when I listed it. I can't tell from my phone when I listed it, but it was over a year ago, year and a half ago. I listed a bunch of Atari games, an Atari, a lot of new in box, just a whole pile of them. And for some reason, this was the one game that just wouldn't sell. I kept sending out offers. I don't know. It just wouldn't sell. But now, full price. Super Breakout for Atari. Right down here. New in box Super Breakout for Atari, and that I got $31.99 plus shipping. So sometimes just waiting it out is the best option, because I was sending out low offers like 20 bucks and nobody was biting on it. And then this was a cool one. I found it, not a ton of money, but I thought it was cool. Tales from the Crypt Demon Knight, right there. I don't know about anybody else, but I was not one of those kids that was into spooky. Just not into it. I did not like Tales from the Crypt. Are You Afraid of the Dark? Yes, I was afraid of the dark. That show was scary to me. It was meant for kids. I didn't like it. Goosebumps, the show. I used to read the Goosebumps books, but when you're reading the books, it's more fantasy than scary. But the show, I don't know. I'm not into spooky ooky. That's not me. $6.99 free shipping. It'll go medium mail. Not a lot of profit. After that, Treasure Island. I think I took an offer on this. But this kind of thing, I've noticed, does pretty well. It's the vintage or antique children's hardcover books. I don't know if I was even filming it. I was holding a weird angle. But this kind of thing, it tends to do pretty good. Or at least it tends to sell, which is, in my book, what means to be pretty good. A little note here. Christmas, 1977. So that was a gift to somebody in 1977. What a Christmas. You got a book. $8.99 free shipping. That, of course, will go medium mail. And something I have to go out to my my storage to double check on, because I've been looking into buying book mailers, which are they kind of look like your record mailers, but they just have more perforations so that you can fold it to more sizes and shapes. And they're expensive. There isn't a cheap version. The cheapest I found, if I buy 500 of them, I think it got down to like 67 cents a piece, which that's a lot. I'll need that many once I start listing all the books I have. That's a lot of them to buy. So I was like, I don't know why. Maybe I can get them with my free eBay thing coming up next month or whenever it is. And eBay didn't have them, but then I realized that their record mailers actually do have more perforations. So I have some of those. I just need to go to storage and see if those actually work. Because if that's the case, they're actually the cheapest ones I found. So hopefully that's a thing. I'll have to double check that today. And not a ton to pack up. I'm pretty excited about that because, like I said, the humidity in here is really killing me. These were a cool find I got. They are realistic speakers, of course, and you can see here, oiled walnut veneer. But if I clean these up and they look good, I'll get about 75 bucks, 60 bucks, somewhere in there. If they, after I clean them up, are still a little dingy, still 45, 50 bucks. So that was a pleasant surprise. I was hoping for 25 bucks for the set. So that is a good deal. And I've been, I think, making a mistake picking up stuff like this. These tiny black and white televisions. As you can see, this one back here. This will be the third one I have listed, and I've never sold one. So I don't know why I keep buying them. I don't know if maybe I think there's a market for them, or maybe I see tiny TVs and I just buy them, which is probably the case since I do sell a lot of tiny TVs. So it's probably just, oh, there's a tiny TV, I buy it. But one of these small black and whites, I've never sold one, so I don't know why I keep buying them. I should probably stop doing that unless I don't know. I should just stop doing it until at least I sell one, That would make sense. So a quick update on if you watched the last video on the debacle with the eBay managed payments chargeback scenario, short story of the whole thing is I got a chargeback. That's it. There's nothing you can do about it. There's literally nothing you can do about it. The only thing you can do to stop a chargeback with eBay managed payments is if they open the chargeback because they say they never got it, and then you have tracking that says they got it. That's it. Any other reason they decide to do a chargeback through current eBay managed payments, which I don't even really want to talk about it because I don't think any of you, but some random person might watch this video and go, oh wow, I never knew that. How about I go scam a bunch of people? So the only, oh, guy mowing my lawn just ran over something, so my kids probably left something in the yard. That's fun. The only thing that I lost my train of thought there. The only thing you won't get a chargeback for is if that you can prove that it was delivered, and that's the reason they go for the chargeback. But if in my case, like they said, that it arrived, but it arrived not how I described it, I have no way to prove that it did. Zero. They have the thing. I have no way to prove that they got it in the condition and with all the things that I was supposed to get sent out. Even though I said go ahead and return it, that doesn't matter, because I had two options. Option one, I accept the chargeback and they'll suggest to them that they should return it to me. Okay, well, they're not going to. Why would they? They don't have to. There's no repercussions for not returning it. And the second option is that I fight it, and if I lose, eBay charges me a fee, which is like $10 or something, which the item was like $15. So, moral of the story, if somebody wants to do a chargeback on you, you're probably screwed. I don't know. I watched 10 YouTube videos from different eBayers, and I spent a long time talking to eBay customer service, which I was just trying to, I knew it wasn't going to work out in my favor. I was just trying to get answers. Like, is this going to get fixed? What are you guys doing about it? And they had no idea. And then there was one YouTube channel I watched where they had an interesting take on it that I thought, okay, that makes sense. So say this customer that's dealing with me is disgruntled and thinks I'm doing a bad job. Whether I am or not, that's debatable. They reach out to eBay's customer service to get some help. eBay's customer service, even for buyers, is trash right now. You can't get a hold of somebody. You either got to have them call you back, or you do the message system, which they've moved the message systems that you can't just easily click on it anymore. You got to find it. That took me 15 minutes. So their customer service is going further downhill. So now this person who's already disgruntled with the seller, disgruntled with eBay, they go, okay, well, my credit card company has fantastic customer service. Let me call them, chargeback, boom, case closed. So I hadn't thought of that before, that if I was in that buyer's position, I might do the same thing, because you try to deal with a seller that's not really helpful. You try to reach out to the eBay customer service, which doesn't exist. So what option are you left with? That's not what happened in this scenario, but I could see how that's a thing that would happen quite often. So moral of that story is that somebody does a chargeback, you're basically screwed. So I don't know, another one of those costs of doing business, but that is the #1 problem with eBay. Sorry, I got a alarm going off here. #1 problem with eBay is when they switch to eBay managed payments, there is no longer a buffer between chargebacks and sellers. PayPal, there used to be a in-between. There was actual people that would put their eyes on the situation and go, no, we're gonna fight this, that's garbage, that doesn't exist anymore, it's out. They go, oh, well, tough. Also, I have no idea what credit card company it is. It's not like I can reach out to the credit card company and talk to a person and say, hey, I told them to return it, da-da-da-da-da. That doesn't exist. If there was an ability for me to actually fight the chargeback, I wouldn't care. I don't want eBay to handle my stuff anyways. They're not good at it. But there's no ability for me to handle it myself. So I'm going to try to not get myself worked up now, because it was 4 days ago and I've already been through that gamut. But That is definitely something that if eBay was ever listening to me, I'd say it's the only thing you need to fix that I care about. The rest of it, I'll quit complaining. Fix that, I'll stop complaining about anything else. That's not true. I'll still complain. So, couple things. Gotta check the battery. Okay, so first off, I have been doing less videos and it's feeling better. I actually am liking doing less videos only because I'm juggling too many balls. I'm doing, what do they call it? The twirling plates. I got too many plates in the air. So I have to do a little less in all of them to make my overall health and well-being stay where I'd like it. But I'd like to not only put out one video a week. I don't like that. So I think what I'm going to do, starting sometime soon, and then once winter comes, it doesn't matter. I got nothing else to do. I don't have any hobbies in the winter. I'll be back to 5 videos a week probably in the winter time. But what I think I'm going to start doing is, once a week, I think I'm going to do a packing video. There'll be a short 5 to 10 minute video. This is how I pack books. This is how I pack video games. This is how I pack a very specific thing like a giant baby Smurf stuffed blah blah blah. Something like that. Just a quick video. It'll be one shot. I don't got to do any editing. I just clip it on both ends, add some music maybe, and out it goes. Takes me maybe an hour. Also, I think as soon as this is delayed, but you know, my desk, I've been working on this for a month. Well, actually, I was working on it for 2 days and then I stopped working on it for a month. I think I'm gonna start doing a live, which I don't know what, you know, like a Q&A, maybe like a meet and greet. I don't really know what would actually happen in a live. Maybe I'll combine those two things together where I just live stream some packing and I can do some Q&A and what have you at the same time. Because I'm not really good at getting back to messages. And I try to answer all comments in the videos, but really sometimes it takes me a day because I sit down and I do them one point in the day. So it's not very expedient. So I'd like to be able to try to fix something there. Also, I think I'm going to start doing live for when the giveaways are. I don't know. All these things are kind of up in the air. One question for you guys is, if I did start doing any type of live stream, is there a day and is there a time that would work best for you out there? It would have to be during my business hours probably, but somewhere between noon and 7 p.m. on Monday through Friday would be most likely. But if there's a time that works best, or after work or during lunch or whatever would work best, that's probably when I would put it in. So if you have a suggestion, go ahead and drop that in the comment. And now to wrap it up, it is the tip of the day. Tip of the day, I didn't have one till a little bit ago because I keep forgetting about it, is this, my photo setup right here. Okay, this is not optimal in any way, but for most people, you do not have the option for optimal. You know, you don't have room in your house for a photo booth or whatever. So what I use for the back, these are foam board, and they're okay. They're not the best. If I had a better option, I would use it. I might put something more permanent up there eventually, but that's not the tip of the day. Tip of the day is this right here. They are craft. It's just craft paper you'd find right next to the poster board, but it comes in a giant roll. And so whatever your work surface is, you come in, you roll it out, take your pictures, you roll it back up. Also, when this part, as you see, it starts to get, let me turn on a light here. It starts to get dingy and dirty and gets little spots on it from like the pads of VCRs and what have you. So then it's just like in a doctor's office. Whoosh, you rip that off, you got a clean sheet. Also, twofold. You can flip that piece over and you have a clean sheet. And this is a lot. I bought this 3 months ago. This will last me a couple years. Because I don't, you know, if I get a couple spots, I let it roll. I don't really care that much. I'm not one of those people that whites out the backgrounds. I know why they make you do it or want you to do it. It's because then you're more likely to pop up in Google search. I don't care. I just want my pictures to look good, and that's it. I don't need to do extra steps. It's not worth it to me. The technology isn't up to par yet. It's a lot of extra work. But in a pinch, not even in a pinch, this has been the best temporary thing I've ever found. I used to use foam boards on the bottom as well, or just regular poster board, but it's kind of expensive. And say you put it down and the very first thing you put on it puts a bunch of black marks on it. Now you're going back to Walmart to buy another 87-cent piece of foam board or poster board. I'll cut that out. You wouldn't have noticed, but that took me about 1 minute to think of the word poster board. But this has been great. I think it was like $6 for the roll, $7 for the roll. And like I said, this might last me, it'll last me a year, but it might last me longer because I've only cut it off twice and it still looks pretty good. So that's gonna be all for this one. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, go ahead and give it a thumbs down. Subscribe, share, and be good to each other.